This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, coming to you from one of the most famous golf courses in the world, the Stadium Course at TPC Sawgrass. And Frank, not only does this belong to the best players in the world, but really to any player who wants to tee it up.
That's exactly right, Rich. It's open to the public, but that was also one of the directives when they first built this golf course. First of all, to host a championship, but then allow the fans of the game, people out there watching right now, to be able to go and play that very golf course. And they've succeeded. Rich, that awkward-looking tee shot where you want to sort of sneak it down the left side, but it runs out there. And if you take it too much over the right, well, there's rough over there as well. It's a sneaky one to start off the first hole.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Frank, the approach shot here at the par 4 first. What's the right way to attack?
The much easier flag is down that right side because you can run that ball with the slope to that low side. Tough flag on the left.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
And so just getting started, even par so far. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot, that takes the trees on the left out of play and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. He grew up idolizing Tom Watson. They sort of look alike, Frank, too.
Yeah, the old Kansas City style of play. See it, hit it, find it, and score. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. And setting up here in the rough. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. See a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Has only 90 yards here.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that they don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That will be a great look at birdie. Player elected to lay back here, Frank, but still a chance. Green light special.
It is. A good layup here in the middle of fairway. You can basically go at any flag position now.
It's Spieth now for par. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it. One under early in the round. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under.
Even par currently.
So a drop shot right there, and now at 1 over par for the day. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play, but there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. It's 180 yards now to the flagstick. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
And getting ready for the putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. -2 for the day. Nudge this one home, finish it up. In for par. Frank, how important is positioning off the tee here?
Well, we saw a positional tee shot at 1 and 2. This is another one here at 4.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Good news is was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Settles in over the putt. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
And a putt from Patrick Rodgers. Nice par to remain at 2 under. So a drop shot. Fifth hole here at TPC Sawgrass, long par 4. What's the challenge, Frank?
Depending, really, if you're long or short hitter, the long hitters have the luxury of taking it over the corner of the bunker down the right. Shorter hitters really play at that bunker down the left, 320 run out.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Second from an excellent lie. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Routine stuff here, Frank, from the bunker.
You just got to be careful of that lip in front of him with his third shot coming up.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
One of the game's better putters, Brandt Snedeker, is set. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. This a par bid for Jordan Spieth. And he makes it for par. Just a little tap in here. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit it a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
Headed for the bunker. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Anything you do differently with your setup?
Just dig my feet into the sand a little bit more, but make sure you focus on the exact spot on the ball you want to hit.
Tug that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Pretty good result right there, considering...
They look rough all the way,
exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where, it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt. My goodness, what does a guy have to do to make a putt out here? This is one of the game's most talented young players, Patrick Rodgers, now for birdie.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Two over for the day. So just a formality here. Now at -2 for the day. Seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those 3 little pot bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. The bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
That one is well off target.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or 2 more. See that bit where they mow? That's fairway. Try and get it in there.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
He'll need to be strong with this. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Rodgers just wants to keep this round moving along. This is for par. Filling it up today. Beautiful putt. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s of TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. "14 feet to the hole." And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. On a putt from Patrick Rodgers. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Good putt. Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 9th hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true 3-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Good news is, Frank, you can see the golf ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an uncertain lie in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. You'd rather it be in the rough.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Now the third shot for Snedeker. Headed for the bunker? Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, "Ringtail howitzer." And that one just didn't go in. 2 under par for the round. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Par bid here. Did the job right there. Frank, now on to the 10th at Sawgrass.
A fairly straight par 4, but that's not the way to play it. You really want to go to the right, well away from the fairway bunker that runs all the way down the left side. That turns it into a little bit of a dogleg left. Then you're going to come across that front bunker into a green that, well, is anything other than flat.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
All right, Frank, now the approach here at number 10. What's the right way to play it?
Just avoid that bunker on the right and don't go too long and left. Over the back left is not an easy up and down.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Brandt over a bogey bid. Just misses. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Getting set now over the putt. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll.
This is an awkward length.
Just has the feel today. Tough hole. Has this now for double bogey. So with that, the score is now at even par. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
That doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up. Second shot.
Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again.
Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
All right, Frank, the 11th is a reachable. What's the right strategy?
Well, it feels like that green should be about another 30 or 40 yards to the right, Rich. Makes the player aim left. It's such a narrow green, but it's worth the risk. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Still even par for the day. This is one of the game's most talented young players, Patrick Rodgers, now for birdie.
Even par currently.
Good putt, and now 1 under par. Putt for par, needs one. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s, though. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
It's tough to take an extra club out of that lie, Rich, because it's always in the back of your mind. If you hit it properly, it's going to email the green.
He gave that one everything he had. I mean, really gouged it, and still, it was short. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play. Locked in on the read and the speed. On the way.
Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Frankie has his own putting style, has what they call a pop stroke.
Yeah, a little bit like Billy Casper, but it's more the decisiveness. You know, Brandt doesn't mess around. You know, his first look he trusts and goes with it.
Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
Yeah, a little bit of magic from here. It's hole's not over.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. This is a 23-foot putt. Oh, do that. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And you have to like that. 4 under. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13 par 3 is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. And getting ready for the putt. That's about as depressing a moment as there is in golf. When you miss the bogey putt, you know you're staring at double. Spieth settles in over his birdie putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a par. Stays at +2. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 10th hole has knocked him back on his heels a little bit. He's playing defensive golf right now, and he's struggling. That's 2 under par, playing well. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mounds on the right.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. Frank, this one is right and is wrong. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Routine stuff here, Frank, from the bunker?
You just got to be careful of that lip in front of him with his third shot coming up.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Snedeker for par. Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. These putts keep the round together. So a tester from 4 feet. That is disappointing. She just hit it a bit too long.
Well, we forget really how well ladies swing the club at times too. They have the same problems that men do. You hit it too well, it's not going to stop.
Drops it, and he's at even par. Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute, seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it, well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's 2 little pot bunkers out on the right that, if your first time around, you might notice. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
And second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Now the third shot for Snedeker. Solid play, heart of the green. Spieth has this for par. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. 21 feet from pay dirt. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Two over for the day. This for him would be one drop shot. Just a shade over par, +1. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. So dropped the shot after ending up in the water on that recent miscue. So the previous shot into the drink, this now the fourth shot. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Craig, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Good lie in the fairway and a good chance to make something happen here. You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. In the water, too bad. This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club. Under out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. And he makes it for par. Just a couple of feet. So begins the climb back. So just a formality here. He's made it. Frank, you know what's great about 17? If a buddy's played the golf course and they come back and they tell you, hey, I played TPC Sawgrass, what's the first question they're always asked?
Did you hit the green?
What'd you make at 17? What'd you do there?
Yeah, but you know what the best thing about playing with your buddies in 17? Is when they hit it in the water.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie. Yeah, about 150 yards left here, Frank. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Second shot.
This for Jordan Spieth's birdie. Well, that's how you keep a round going, make putts just like that.
It's at sneaky distance.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Well, Frank, you want to finish it off in style. The approach here to the final hole.
You'd take anything that lands in the middle of this green. Mind you, Hal Sutton, be the right club. Hard to forget that. Even Adam Scott, remember his first big championship win all those years ago. 3-iron from the middle of the fairway, wet. Still managed to make 5, which was enough to win. But such a daunting second shot.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. Snedeker with a putt for bogey. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's a round of 72 for the day. Clean this up with a tap. Just a sloppy hole, no other way to say it, and it results in a double bogey. This to surrender only one shot. 2 over for the day. And that does it for us here at TPC Sawgrass. Great day, Frank.
Yeah, a chance for the players to play one of the golf courses that has become so famous over the last 25 to 30 years.
For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long from the TPC